Today, I'm going to present my proposal presentation for intercultural design. My project itself is going to be about visualize Malaysian celebrations. I spent time living in Malaysia for over 8 years, so I've joined unique Malaysian celebrations sometimes, such as Chinese New Year, Thaipusam, Deepavali, and so on. The problem I found is that even though who spend so long time in Malaysia, they don't know every Malaysian culture and the Malaysian event made by different culture. Therefore, I want to promote Malaysian events for foreigners who don't know so much about Malaysian culture so much. The method itself is simple as foreign people easily understand it. First of all, we need to understand Malaysian ethnic communities. As you may already know, Malaysian community can divide it into 3 different communities: Malaysian, Chinese, and Indian. The majority of Malaysian ethnic community is Malay. It takes over 50% of Malaysian population. Therefore, the impact of Islamic culture is quite strong in Malaysian culture. In fact, there are many mosques existing around Malaysia, and most of restaurants doesn't serve any pork food except non-halal restaurants. The second biggest community is Chinese Malaysian. It is about 25% of Malaysian population. However, they have big economic impact in Malaysia, and there are many Chinese towns in Malaysia. The third biggest ethnic group is India. They originally came from southern India for rubber plantation during the era of British Empire colony, and they remained their own culture in Malaysia, such as Thaipusam and Deepavali. The unique point of Malaysian celebration is that they don't celebrate most of Malaysian celebration in fixed dates. This is because they use lunar calendar or Islamic calendar to celebrate. Therefore, they usually celebrate their own event in a different day based on the calendar they use. I'm going to present most noticeable Malaysian celebration in this presentation. First is Chinese New Year to celebrate arrival of spring and the beginning of New Year on the lunisolar calendar. People decorate their own house, celebrate stars, traditional food, and watch the lion dance in this event. The next is Thaipusam. It is Hindu religious celebration to Lord Murugan's victory over the evil spirits. And this celebration performed with grand street processions and the smashing of coconuts and profound pomp, mesmerizing chants and rhythmic drum beats accompany thousands of barefooted devotees and penitents with their bodies pieced with sphinx and hooks from ornate caravans that they carry towards the hilltop temples. The last is Hari Raya, which is Islamic celebration for Muslims to celebrate the end of fasting for a month, which is to pray and remain teach self-behavior to suffer or to the poor people. They dress up special clothes and have an excellent cuisine offered up at open house with friends and family for harmony and love. As far I present most famous Malaysian celebrations so far, there are many Malaysian celebrations based on the different culture. Therefore, I decided to make calendar to teach people about Malaysian celebrations. However, the point is I'm not going to make a simple calendar which is just forming by image and the period of dates and months with typical week's name. Therefore, I decided to make one image that represents monthly event for each and to explain about each Malaysian celebrations. I made this kind of calendar idea as shown here, and each one is going to simplify each Malaysian celebrations to visualize each Malaysian celebration to a year easily and simply. I used the internet and a book I found in the library to find out the unique ideas, to observe the ideas, and I started to making the idea from making the inspiration from the Pinterest I found to get the unique kind of ideas. I decided to use the idea 3 image and the calendar combination, which is merging image and the calendar format, which is formed by a period of time and the name of the month with the typical week's name to combine as one big image. It can be visualized Martian events while it also represents each period of time. After that, I made a draft works for each work, but when I just seen the other people's presentation, I found the idea itself is not enough. Therefore, I added more ideas to develop my ideas, much interesting and much fun ideas. The slide showed about the plans about Malaysian celebration. I'm going to use calendar production for each month. So yes, I'm going to show more visual image to expand my idea for my project to represent Malaysian event much more visually and much interesting way for foreign people to explain about how beautiful the Malaysian event is. The first is symbolize Malaysian celebration object as characters for each month. This idea is basically symbolize each Malaysian celebration object such as lantern or special cuisine to much more symbolic way to represent as very simple shape like sphere, circle, and triangles to make much more easier and provide better impact at seeing at once. It is very simple way, but I found it interesting to making as icon of each Malaysian celebrations. This is a similar idea that placing one big image of objects that can be representing each Malaysian celebration, which is similar to the first idea, but it's more simple and symbolized way. The idea 3 is different to the other, making a layer that makes one big image at end. But in the final, when people finish whole calendar, they can see one big image that can be representing Malaysian event, and I like the idea. But final outcome for me is using symbol as unique object, use a symbol for capital letter for each month's name. It can be represent each Malaysian event more much visually, and people can impress their idea about unique Malaysian culture and the event much easier and provides better impact for them. These are the draft work for each month, and I want to expand the idea to symbolize each Malaysian event so people can enjoy and understand each Malaysian celebration. These are the references I use, and this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.